Hey, welcome to Subatech. This is a follow-up on the Asus ROG Zephyrus G15. My initial review was about 2 weeks ago, and since then I've gotten a lot of comments on things that I kind of missed or glossed over. So in this video, we are going to go over everything. First and foremost is the performance stuff with Optimus, where if you use only the built-in screen, you actually get significantly worse performance. First of all, I did a graphics benchmark with 3D Mark's TimeSpy benchmark, and I actually saw a pretty significant 9% increase in performance when Optimus was bypassed. I ran the test 3 times, both with an external monitor and with the built-in screen, and found an average for both. And there was a 9% uplift when using a DisplayPort monitor with one of the USB-C DisplayPort outs. Another test that I ran was Rainbow Six Siege on ultra settings, and I saw a 16.8% uplift in FPS, which is just insane. I was getting 27 more frames using an external monitor than I was using the built-in screen, which I gotta say, that's just kind of disappointing that we're losing so much performance because of a feature that you can't turn off. Basically, how I look at this is this Optimus, it's taking away value from an otherwise great laptop. However, if you do have access to an external monitor and you can use it, then you will get more performance in gaming. Yeah, so kind of a weird thing, but thanks for commenting and letting me know. While we're on the point of Optimus, the HDMI out port doesn't actually bypass Optimus when you use it, so you won't be getting that performance uplift. You have to use one of the USB-C DisplayPort out ports. Now, another major point that you guys brought up was the quality control issue with this G15, and from my experience, I haven't had some of the really severe things, like blown out speakers, for example. What I do have is kind of a crappy fingerprint sensor, to be honest. In my initial review, I said it worked about 80% of the time, but it really works about 45 to 50% of the time at best. I find that a lot of the time when I turn on my computer from sleep or from being shut down, it doesn't even register. Like I'll put my finger on the fingerprint sensor and then it doesn't do anything. Like it's just unresponsive. Another quality control thing was Coil Whine, and mine does have Coil Whine. So when I was starting up some applications, or when I do start up applications, it gets really loud. And it's unpleasant, but it goes away after that. I also got a comment that there was Coil Whine at like mid brightness, and actually I did notice that at the third stage of keyboard backlit brightness, there was a little bit of Coil Whine, and it was faint, but it was there, and it's kind of just weird. And if you're really sensitive to Coil Whine, you will want to consider that. So another thing is the fans are kind of inconsistent with the default presets. And of course you can tune the fans manually in the Armoury Crate software that the laptop comes with, but it is a little bit inconvenient to have to do that. It's just, basically the set fan curves aren't exactly consistent. I found that the silent mode isn't totally silent because the fan kind of comes off and on. It's faint, but it's there. And it's noticeable, especially if you're not wearing headphones and you're watching a show or something, then you're gonna notice it, I think, if you have sensitive ears at least. Now the keyboard and the rest of the deck, they actually get pretty warm, and I didn't realize this in my initial review because I hadn't done any extended gaming, but after gaming for like a couple hours at a time, it really starts to feel kind of warm in an unpleasant way on the keyboard itself, and no one likes sweaty palms, so that's something to consider. By the way, it also got pretty warm while I was editing 4K footage in the last video. I did measure the color accuracy of the screen myself, and I found about 99% of the P3 gamut as opposed to 100%, but I'm sure that is within the margin of error. So yeah, not a huge deal. Hey, so this is going to be a little bit of a weird outro, but I got a comment just today, like after filming the night before. Someone asked about screen flickering, and mine doesn't have any screen flickering, so that's not an issue. Also, my next video is going to be building a PC, one of my favorite things to do. So make sure you check that out, and make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss that, because it's actually going to be really cool, I promise. Yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was informative. If there's anything I missed, please comment it down below, and I will make sure to reply as soon as possible. So yeah, this has been Seb Attack, and I'll see you guys next weekend.